you've been a magician for how long?
30 years. Well, you know, I got out of college 30 years ago, and this has been my only job.
And you specialize in cruise ships right now?
Yeah, I've been doing cruise ships for 15 years, since 1999. So 14 years. That's all I do is cruise ships.
Okay.
I started doing school assemblies. I worked for national school assemblies. They would book me like 400 shows a year, every school year. Then I worked the comedy club circuit. I worked colleges. I opened for people. I did corporate gigs and cruises. Now I will do the rest of my life unless I'm real happy doing it.
So you've done all these different types of shows. You've done the school assemblies. What made you decide you wanted to get into cruises?
Well, cruises I stumbled across by accident. I had a friend that was in Vegas and his agent was looking for a guy to do cruises, and I wasn't all that interested when he called me about it. In fact, I didn't follow up on it. He called me again a week later, goes, "Hey, this guy's serious." I ended up doing it, and I ended up loving it. So that was 99. It was a cruise in Hong Kong. I was on the ship for like 2 or 3 months, and then I decided, hey, I really, really like this.
Okay. And like I was about ready to say, I found you because you had made a comment about using multiple cruise agents, and a lot of acts are using just one. So could you tell me how that kind of came about?
Yeah, and I think that's smart, and I think I did put in the post. I'm probably in the minority here. I was with the same cruise agent for for 10, 12 years, but they're a big agency, and it's easy to get lost in them. So when I would have these blank spots, they wouldn't return my calls. I'd be booked solid one year, and I'd be booked solid the next year, like 10 months, and then the next year I'd have these 6 month blanks. So I hooked up with another guy to book me on some cruise lines that they weren't booking me on, and that was life-changing for me. That's how that came about, and it really it ended up being a wonderful thing for me. However, generally you want to stick with one agent, or at least like I'm doing, compartmentalize. Make it clear to this agency, okay, you're booking me on this line, this line, this line, but I'm gonna book these on my own, and then make clear to this agent, look, they've got me for this. What are your strong cruise lines that you work with? And okay, so you book me then on this and this. Let's go. That way you don't get lost if you get ignored by someone. You know, if you get lost in their big bullpen.
Okay. Is there any recommendations you can make for somebody so they don't get lost?
Well, you want to keep in touch with your agent. You know, you want to have a conversation. You know, they book you on a cruise line for the first time. You want to tell them how well you think you did, and you're interested in the report that they give. You know, you want to look at their bullpen if you can and say, well, how many acts like me are there in their bullpen? And if there's too many, and too many would be, I don't know what too many would be. Too many would be 10. Too many would be 6 or 7. My agency, which was the big agency I worked with, there was 36 comic magicians. Not magicians, not novelty acts, comic magicians. And that's a lot. You're not going to get the Jerry Maguire type attention, you know.